everybody, and welcome back to Beyond the Gate with Dustman and Nate. I'm Dustman, and with me, as always, my best co-host, Nate.
What's up, everybody? On this exciting episode this week, we're bringing you Flex right here. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right from Team Mangler, you know?
Yep, we're going to get to know all about him listening and figure out what all he's been doing with BMX and what his plans are with it.
Yeah. So let's get that going.
So, you were racing for Mangler, I know that.
Mm-hmm.
And how long have you been riding?
I've been riding for about 8 years. I've been on Mangler for about 4 years now.
Yep.
So,
And for everyone that doesn't know your whole name, what's your real name besides Flex?
my name is Alex Ferguson.
And what class do you race in?
Right now, I'm in 16 Cruiser and 16 Expert.
Oh, almost to that big boy class.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited for it.
Yeah. You'll be good. You'll be ready for it for sure.
And where are you from?
I'm from Mukwonago, Wisconsin.
And what's your home track?
Right now, it's Rockford BMX and DeForest BMX.
Okay.
Or Madtown BMX.
Yeah. I still haven't got there yet.
You haven't been there yet?
No, I
I've
haven't.
been there for like 2 or 3 times. It's fun.
I need to get there. Well, I'm going to be there for the national. You're obviously going to be there for
Yeah,
the
I'm
national,
gonna be
right?
there.
All right, cool. All right, well, let's get into it. All right, so you've been racing for, you said, 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember actually what got you into the BMX?
Yeah, so I remember a long time ago, I used to go watch my uncle do motocross, and I thought that was really cool. And then all of a sudden, my dad mentioned BMX. He took me out to the track that used to be in Elkhorn, and ever since then, I just really liked it.
Yeah. Did he race?
Yeah, he used to race in the 80s and 90s.
Oh yeah. So it was, kind of background, and it just that makes it easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And what was your first race bike?
My first race bike was a Redline Proline Expert.
Right
So it was white with red and yellow stickers, I think, and it was way too big for me.
That's awesome, dude. My dad. I remember coming home from school one day, and my dad had a Redline Pro Line for me.
That
It
was
was a black one.
And that's the same one I started on, coincidentally, too. I had and it was when they took a break from the Pro Line, I had the MX Pro.
Yeah.
Is what they called it.
Yeah, and I had that little strip of padding on the top.
Yup, like Velcro to
I
it.
had that too in the one with the
Yeah.
handlebars.
Yep, I had
Yeah.
that same bike, bro. I was super stoked. That was a good bike, though.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a
it was.
great starter. It did the job.
Yeah. So, do you remember your first race and how you did?
Yeah, so I don't really remember too much. I do know I made the main, and then I ended up falling in the second turn, so I got fourth.
Well, I mean, at least you didn't let the crash and discourage you from, getting back out there.
Yeah,
That is true.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people. I mean, I know a lot of people do crash like their first time, but
Mhm.
a lot of times they'll be like,
This ain't for me.
yeah,
This ain't for me. Yeah.
I'm cool on that now.
Mhm.
So it's a good thing that you got back out there. So where did you race your first race at?
Elkhorn BMX.
It was Elkhorn.
Mhm.
Oh man, so you got to get in there like, dude,
Yeah.
he got the
Yeah.
he got the hand right away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
A
it
lot
was
of
like,
close racing at Elkhorn definitely teaches you right off the bat to be right next to one another and
Oh yeah.
have to deal with all the bar banging and everything.
yeah, I can see why you crashed your first round. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
That was
And
tight
with how-
turn.
Yeah, I was gonna say
the
that.
turns are super tight. But I mean, that's if there's a good place to learn how to go, go
Yeah.
fast and ride with packs and ride tight. It's Elkhorn. I
Definitely.
mean, obviously, we've been saying that a lot on this podcast. But I mean, at the same time, like it's not around anymore, so now we gotta work with what we got and go to Steel Wheels.
Steel wheels.
Definitely gonna be missed. That is one place I'm gonna miss.
Yeah. So like Steel Wheels ain't bad.
It is
you know?
not.
No.
So
It's not. It's,
we'll always be out there.
the drive's just a little bit farther for me. Too,
Yeah.
So
Yeah. All right. So, how long did you think that it took you about to get expert when it was like novice to all the way to expert? How long did that take?
Probably took me about 4 or 5 years to move all the way up to expert.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years. That's not bad. And do you remember like actually turning expert?
Yeah, so my first expert race, it was rough. I think it was at Rockford. I came here, I was racing people older than me, and I didn't make the main. There was people way ahead of me, and it was kind of discouraging.
Mhm.
So
that it does happen. And then, did you travel to any nationals while you were inner or novice at all?
I don't think any when I was inner, but when I was novice, I went to the Midwest Nationals that was a long time ago. And then went to, it's probably I don't know, it was up in Rapids.
Oh, the Cedar Rapids, yep,
Yeah.
yep, Central Wisconsin BMX, yep,
Oh yeah.
yep, I
So-
remember that one.
Yeah, and I remember that last straight would always eat me alive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I actually got disqualified at that one. They said I moved over in last straight away, which, you know,
It happens, I guess.
whatever, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good track though. That's a fun national too.
Yeah,
they
it
have
is.
that up there. It's a good one. So do you remember what your first team was?
Yeah, so originally I just started racing for M&D Racing, and I was just the jersey. It's just stood for mom and dad.
Mm-hmm.
And then the old nationals team that turned into Midwest Militia, as soon as they started their Midwest Militia team, I joined them.
Mm-hmm.
And then a couple years after, I started looking more local, and then I joined Young Guns. And then just about 3-4 years ago, Mangler asked me to be on the team, and I've been riding for them ever since.
Awesome.
Right on. And then through that like novice inter, were you always on that red line, or did you move on to another bike?
No, so I moved on after that first red line. I moved on to another red line, but it was a junior, so it fit me much better. And then after that, I had a Answer Anarchy expert frame
Mm-hmm.
with Answer cranks, bombshell F1 forks, Answer hubs. It was really nice.
Yeah, them were sweet.
So-
Man, I remember them.
That
Like,
was
when they first came out. Yeah,
Mhm.
dude.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, so then as soon as I really got that bike, that's when I really started getting a lot faster. And then that's when I turned up to expert on that bike too.
Yeah.
Right on.
So for all those novices, how long did you actually ride your first bike? How long did it take you to actually get to a new one? And do you feel like you actually needed a new one, or you could just ride this one, or did it make you feel better? You know.
Yeah, it took me a long time. I was on that bike for I don't know exactly, but it was a long time. So then I did need a new bike because I started getting bigger.
Mm-hmm.
So then I used that Answer Anarchy for racing, and then I would ride my red line around the neighborhood, go on bike rides and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
So it definitely made you better, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah.
The first bike build's always sweet when you
Right.
go from having that like when you go from the store bought to piecing it together, like you're talking, you're like I pieced
Yeah.
the cranks onto it, bombshell forks, everything like.
Yeah, and that makes you ride more, like
Yeah.
better every time, you know, because like just you feel like you got to do
You're
that much
thinking
better.
about it.
Yeah, it's like even when you put on a new jersey, you know, like same thing with
Mhm.
like Mangler, you get on a new team, it's like, all right, baby, here we go. You know, like it's like a new Superman outfit, you know.
Mhm.
So I definitely feel
Even
that
just the
for
new
sure.
gloves, looking at it in the gate, and you're like, oh yeah.
Proper.
I don't do gloves.
So-
I crash. I always crash. But you know, that's why I stay away from them. But you know,
Mhm.
gloves do they finish the whole outfit. That's why I wish I could, but I can't.
Yeah.
So like when you guys are all, you know, I'm like, man, I wish I could. But every time I go out, every time I do, I swear, like every national I went to that one year, I crashed.
Mhm. Everyone's got their one thing, their good luck
Yeah.
charm, or
Yeah.
their
And they're like, oh, it's
bad
in your
omen.
head. And I'm like, no, but I promise. I promise.
I need to bring back the mismatched gloves. I used
Yeah.
to have a black and a yellow one, and I did so good when I had those.
Yeah, like same thing with like if you get something new, like do you like scratch it? Like I like my helmet. If I get something new like a helmet, I have to scratch it before I go out,
Mhm.
or I'm
Yeah.
gonna crash.
Yeah, I try to keep it nice.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I scratch it. It's-
Yeah.
Oh.
So you got any like superstitions like that?
Yeah, I mean, I try to keep my bike as nice as it can be, and then mostly just the carbon parts on it. You know, the rims, the forks.
Yeah.
Try to keep the decals looking all nice.
Right. Everything's gotta be perfect, huh?
Yeah,
Super
Yeah.
clean freak about it.
yeah.
Yeah, because I remember the one time that I did, I actually lived down in Brighton, Illinois,
Mhm.
and they had a national down there, and I just got a brand new helmet, right? And my dad's like, oh, go out there and jump into the corner, you know, I'm going to get a good picture. I'm like, all right, sweet. I didn't scratch it. You know, I put it right on, ran up there, and dude, I overshot the jump by like a mile. I landed in the corner, and like, at least I got a picture of the nice helmet. He got a picture of it.
Yep.
Yeah, right before I crashed, it was like the whole side, you know, like, yeah, so
Man.
gotta find your superstitions.
Yeah. Superstition.
We all have them for sure.
It's all what you make work and what you
Yeah,
make out of it.
yeah, for sure. So, do you plan on doing any like nationals this year or something?
Yeah, so my next national should be Music City. planning on going there. I'm training for that, hoping I can do really good. And then I'll definitely hit up Midwest and then the one in Madison.
Awesome.
And anything else is just extra.
Right.
Which I'm sure I'll get to more than just those.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So now that you're racing a bunch of nationals and all, what was the deciding factor, or like, when did you decide you wanted to start training for this?
That was all when I started joining Mangler.
Yeah.
Before I was on a team that really didn't care that much about results and just wanted me to have fun. And then Mangler wanted me to have fun and get results. So they were talking about getting me to the Midwest Nationals. And then probably 2 or 3 months before that, I just started training really hard. And then that was my first national main event there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then that just kind of motivated me to train harder, go to more nationals. I think I ended up going to the Great Lakes National in Pineview Park that year too.
Oh yeah,
Sweet.
So, that was actually my first national win. Was at that track.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was good. I remember you got real fast, real quick.
Yeah.
So like, what actually changed? Was it the training that made you faster? Like, because it was like within a year you were really fast.
Yeah, it was definitely the training that made me faster, and then working with people on the track. Elkhorn actually helped a lot with that, getting the smaller jumps, so then I can start learning how to manual and jump there, and then taking it to the outdoor track where it's just a lot bigger.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And are you more of a, I train on my bike, do a bunch of sprints, track work, or do you more focus gym work and don't worry so much on the sprints outside?
I try to focus it pretty equally. I do end up going to the gym a lot more though.
Yeah.
Lifting a lot of weights. But
Yeah. Big squat guy?
Yeah. Anytime I can get some sprints, I do.
Good. Yeah. Sprints are a big help. They help a lot with keeping your body in the right position when you're trying to put down the power.
Yeah. And then I got a hill right in front of my house too.
I don't know.
Uphill and downhill sprints.
I don't know how many episodes we've had on here where the guys are saying sprints.
Sprints,
You know?
they
Yeah.
are important.
I think
Yeah.
probably just about every episode we've been on,
Mhm.
the person has said sprints is what they do, or it's part of their, their regimen.
So you
So
need it. Sprints are a
Yeah.
very, very big key. I don't think you can make it very far in this without
Yeah.
just doing sprints.
and I didn't start doing sprints until probably 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I was like, my goal, I was like, sprints, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
So, it's a love-hate relationship, but if you want to go fast, you got to do it. So
Definitely.
so when you started getting fast, when did you actually decide to start going to nationals hardcore?
That was really more just last year, actually. I started going to the nationals, making more mains, having a lot of fun. Sometimes it would just motivate me a lot too, because I'd make a main and then I'd lose or something, or I'd like crash or something. So then I just want to go to the next one and do better. And then all my friends started to get nag plates, and people on the team started to get nag plates, and then I wanted one too. So
Yeah, and that's one question I want to get ahead of you real quick. So what did you actually think about nag riders then, like before you got one? Like,
Right.
because like when I was younger, I used to think that they were like celebrities, man, and like I would never get a chance to get one of those plates, So like, how did you feel about them?
I did. I felt the same way. I felt like they were celebrities, like they were
Definitely.
beyond human.
Yeah.
But as I started getting faster, I just feel like I fit more and more into that group.
Yeah, and you knew you could do it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Getting that confidence and like getting to that place, getting to the nationals, it all helps, and gaining the confidence is a huge step. And with that being said, I know you picked up a nag plate this year. You want to tell everyone about it?
Yeah, so I picked up a nag 6 on Cruiser.
Congrats.
Actually, I started racing a Haro Cruiser at Elkhorn just for fun. I wanted more track time. I figured it was another way I could ride a bike. So then I ended up taking my mom's Cruiser, which was a Old Star double cross frame.
Yeah.
And it was still a really nice bike. I ended up going to the Carolina Nationals last year on it.
Yeah.
And then I made all my cruiser mains, and then I ended up getting second on day 3.
Right on.
And then I was like, oh, dang, I'm actually really good at cruising.
Right, wow.
So I just started racing it a lot more at locals, started racing it at more nationals. I ended up getting 4 wins in 4 seconds, and was able to
Nice.
get nag 6.
Awesome.
Congrats
Awesome.
on that.
Yeah. So what is it like actually going from your 24 to your 20 inch? I know it's pretty hard for like I know for
Mhm.
me, I didn't race cruiser until probably it's been a little while, maybe 5 years now.
Yeah.
But when I jump on like when I first started, when I go from my cruiser to my 20 inch, it was so hard. Like
Mhm.
I'd be so squirrely in my 20 inch.
Yeah.
How does it feel for you?
It's not that bad actually. I use my 20 inch a lot more on the track, so I feel super comfortable with it there. And then I use my 24 inch a lot on the streets, so
Okay.
I'm pretty comfortable on both bikes.
Do you have them kind of set up the same too?
Yeah.
I know your
try
dad's
to
like a
have-
master mechanic out there,
Yeah, he is.
doing the he's got to have it all perfect. So
You
Yeah.
appreciate
big
it.
shout out to him,
Yeah.
making sure that his stuff is all perfect.
He works on my stuff too, man.
I know he's working
Yeah.
on
Team
mine.
mechanic
He's
almost.
worked. I know he's worked on mine too. So
Big thanks to that guy.
yeah, shout out for him. Mostly at the Grand,
Yeah,
Like,
I think
that's
he
what-
he brought a book that weekend and he's like, okay, I'm gonna read this book, and he never even opened it. Working on
Thanks to
people's
us,
bikes.
Yeah, thanks to
Yeah.
us. But that's all right because we appreciate that. We need that. So
Helps a lot.
it definitely helps me because either that or I'm trying
Well,
to
your
go.
bikes are messed up.
I ride mine a little different than
You ride them
everybody
until
else.
they blow up.
Yeah, every time that George gets my bike, he's like, "What are you doing with this thing?" But when he gave it to me the first time, it felt super weird. I'm like, maybe it's the way the bike's supposed to be corrected.
Why is it not creaking?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
It's not making any noise.
Yeah, well, I still do good on it.
Oh yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
That, I'm the definition of it's not the bike, it's the rider for sure.
Yes.
For sure. So
BMX teaches us all a lot, and we each take something different from BMX and use it in our daily lives, and it helps us, it comprises us as a human. So, what have you taken from BMX that you get to use in your daily life? What has it taught you the most?
For me, BMX really taught me more about self-confidence than anything. I was able to ride my bike and around the neighborhood do tricks and stuff, and that gave me a lot of confidence. And then coming to the races and getting good results really gave me a lot of confidence too.
Good.
overcoming fears, right? I mean, that's one of the main things a lot too for newer riders. There's a lot of new stuff. You're doing a lot of new things.
Oh yeah.
You're learning to be around a whole lot of people. You're learning how to get in a gate. You're learning how to balance. You're learning how to do rollers. You're learning how to be in a crowd on the track. So I mean, you're overcoming a whole lot of fears.
Yeah.
So I think that alone, in your life is really good.
It shows you that if you set your mind to it and be like, hey, I want to do that, you definitely can do it.
Right.
You can do
right.
whatever you set your mind to.
Like
Yeah.
you said, you're training hard and it paid off, right?
Yes, it did.
So
Wow.
same thing in your day-to-day life. The harder you work for something, the more likely it's going to happen. Same thing with like how we're talking about mag plates. If you want something bad enough, you just work for it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
For sure. And same thing with like these novices. If you have any like a fresh rider, we could say like that, a fresh rider to the sport.
A newbie.
Yeah. Do you have any advice that you would give them?
I would say just keep riding your bike. Everything you do on the track is on your bike. So the more you ride that bike, the more you get comfortable and then try new things. It's really important.
Yeah.
Just being able, that's something that people that don't ride bikes don't get as much. That you can step forward and try this and learn it, and you don't have to it's okay to fail.
Yeah.
That's like a big thing that I've taken out of it.
Yeah. So with like talking about failing, what is like one of the most hardest things that you've actually had to overcome in your BMX career? And that can amount to broken bones and anything.
I've had a couple. I think I've just had one BMX related concussion. I've had a ton of crashes, and every time that just really brings me down, and I get so mad at it. And I don't know, it just makes me fuels the fire. So I do better at the next race.
Yeah.
It's good to get mad at it instead of scared of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. I know I used to I'd get done with the race, every time, and this little kid, I was 6 years old back then though, but every time this kid would crash, he'd cry like super, like he didn't even have to like crash hard. He'd just fall over and he'd cry his butt off. And like ever since then, like I was like I never wanted to cry.
Yeah.
Like if I crashed, I was like I didn't want to be like that kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I was never the type to go out there and
Being able to overcome.
Yeah. I mean, learning from others too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wasn't. Obviously, I did cry when I haven't cried when I separated my shoulder from my collarbone. Probably like it's been probably like 6 years. Yeah, but I cried then. And that was at Rockford.
Yeah.
I can't say I blame you.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Yeah,
I'd rather
sounds
break
bad.
it, but
Yeah.
it hurts.
Was what it was.
Yeah. So what was the most? Have you broken any bones?
Yeah, I just broke my thumb. At the track that used to be in Milwaukee.
Oh yeah.
Just slid out in the first turn and somehow it was stuck at like a 45-degree angle. So I actually had to go to surgery for it. They put pins in it. And now that was a long recovery, but it was all good now. So.
I was gonna say it looks like working out, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. And then did that like stop you from riding, or were you still riding with it?
No, I was still riding with it around the neighborhood, just finding a bike and going one-handed and
Yeah. When I broke my heel,
Yeah.
I do have a picture on Facebook with my foot up on the handlebars. Like I can only stay off the bike for probably about a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Right.
Mhm.
Otherwise, it's like, man, I'm itching.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, how long did you actually have to wait until that was fully healed?
I had to wait about 6 weeks
Yeah.
for it.
And then did you jump right back on it?
Yeah, I did. They told me
Were you more timid then?
I was a little bit, making sure I did the right thing on the jumps. Yeah, I still just wanting to be at the track.
Yeah.
It's helped me out a lot.
And still wanted to do your best too.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, after you hurt something, it's like you said, you're kind of timid, and you start getting into a pack, and it's like,
I don't want to be here.
yeah, you're almost
Yeah.
like, I might hit my brakes this time, and I've never done that before, so it kind of feels weird. But how long does it take, for you to actually get back into that? I'm not hitting the brakes. I'm going for it.
Like a quarter away through the next race.
Not long at all.
Yeah, I'm just so competitive that
Yeah.
even at if I come back from a national where I fell a couple times and then I'll go to a local single and then I'll be like, I just don't want to fall, play
Yeah.
it safe.
Yeah.
I'll still make a move if I really have to because I'm just that competitive.
I want it.
I always want to win.
Yeah, that's BMX for sure. Because
Yeah.
there's so many times there's 3 riders, and I go out and I'm like, I'm not gonna try this time,
Mhm.
And the gate drops and I'm,
You know what they say, a racer's gonna race.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So, what was your favorite national that you ever been to so far?
My favorite national, it's hard to say. I'd have to say the Mid-America Nationals last year at Steel Wheels Outdoor.
That was awesome. How did you do there?
I made all my mains. I fell in one cruiser main.
You were in first or second at that
Oh,
point
yeah.
too. Yeah, you were going
I know.
fast.
I was first in that cruiser main and then I fell. And then that was day 3. And then day 3 I actually got second in class, which was my first podium.
Awesome.
20-inch.
Sweet.
And then the other days I think I got a 5th and a 6th in class and a 2nd and a 3rd in cruiser.
Right on.
So, well, with that being said, we can go ahead and start wrapping it up.
Do you have anyone you'd like to thank? You want to thank your parents or your teams or anything?
Yeah, my parents, my friends at the track.
Not the parents.
And that's like a very eye-rolled friend. Like, really, my
Yeah.
friends, I guess I could thank them.
But no, my parents do a lot for me. They help make sure I train. They take me to the races.
Mm-hmm.
They pay for everything. My friends at the track, they really motivate me to do better. Everyone on the Mangler team, they're all super supportive of me, making sure, or if I make a mistake on the track, they help me fix it. So yeah.
Yeah. And then
I'd like to thank you guys for watching and, coming and taking us a ride and learning all about Alex's BMX career with us.
yeah, he'll be back. As well as a whole bunch of a good lineup coming up soon. So with that being said, go ahead and subscribe, like this video, leave us a comment if you want, hit the bell.
Yeah, hit that notification bell.
Go see us on Facebook.
We just got an Instagram too.
Yeah, got the Instagram. And as well as thank you to Diajob Apparel.
Marcus and everyone else, thanks you guys for watching and have a great day.
Yeah.